You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
Who the hell is interrupting my kung fu?
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
What's going on, Ken folks? Tonight, we're bringing Joy Reid back to the front of the classroom. She can't ever seem to stay in her lane and keep her foot out of her mouth. This time around, she's decided to come for Janet Jackson's neck. Now, we, the indigenous Americans, cannot let this stand. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, let's talk about Janet Jackson's escapade. And no, not the song. When the singer was asked about the prospect of America electing a black woman president, she said of Harris, quote, "Well, you know what they supposedly said? She's not black." That's what I heard, that she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I was told that they discovered her father was white. Yeah, that's not true.
Euphoria, shut the fuck up. I know that was you. I ain't even gotta look. I should send your ass back to Crenshaw Pete with his hot ass coat hangers, bitch. Would you like that?
Yes, it is true, you fucking bitch. Yes, Joy Reid. Yes, it is true. On this channel, I've shown you Kamala Harris with her family. A quick YouTube search or a Google search of Kamala Harris's family will have a screen full of Hindustanis staring you in the face. So let's stop with the lies.
But those words do echo Trump saying that Harris magically turned black. And yet it gets worse. When Jackson was later pressed whether she thinks America is prepared to see Harris in office, she said, "I think either way it goes is going to be mayhem." Either way. Jackson's comments generated outrage online until a credited producer on her upcoming documentary walked it back. Before that person was seemingly fired, leaving it unclear whether Miss Jackson still believes that Kamala Harris isn't black and really is willing to tell her billions of fans that there's no difference between Harris and Trump.
The only difference between any of these politicians is outward appearance. They're all wearing strings being pulled by unseen entities. That's what would make them the same. So I agree with Miss Jackson there. Second, Joy Reid, we've already gone over this. You're Congolese in one of them South American countries. Your mammy's like mixed or something like that. Where do you get off coming up here, cross the border, into the Niji house, and telling us who is us? running around pretending to be us and speak for us. If I put a picture of Janet Jackson up next to Bonobo Reed, you're going to realize real quick that brown skin don't make you the same people. We have to stop letting figureheads in the media dictate who we are and who is who. And before we get back to this video, Miss Jackson, why are you running around calling yourself black? Knowing your bloodline. So yeah, we going in on Joy today, but we also are going to deal with you people who refuse to let the term black go. I know your brother Jesse, or at least I think he's your brother, might not be, doesn't matter. Jesse Jackson came up with that ish. Okay? Stop it, and we wouldn't have to deal with this. If we would stop identifying as crown colors, we wouldn't have to deal with this.
It's a weird sequence of events, but Jackson is not alone. There's a host of celebrities who have made bizarre comments in actual support of Trump, who has long depended on endorsements from celebrities and Manoverse influencers, mostly because reputable experts and political figures have largely abandoned him. Still, the reality is that all campaigns want celebrity endorsements.
You have to beware of the mental mind games that they try to sneak past your face. They went and slapped a whole bunch of names up there of quote-unquote celebrities that support Trump. But when she got to the so-called political experts, no names, no mention of names, no names flashed across the screen. It's just word salad. You gotta be vigilant, auditorily and visually. Let's continue.
Analysis from Harvard University's Ash Center shows it works. And it's, quote, incredibly powerful when centered around calls to action like registering voters or poll worker signups. And it is worth noting for those counting, when it comes to celebrities, VP Harris has a massive list.
And by massive list, this is a complete list of thoughts, airheads, and simps. Taylor Swift. Billie Ellis. Oh, wait. Eilish. Billy, and we're gonna call the bitch Billy. Who the hell is Phineas? Oprah Winfrey. We're not even gonna go there. You already know the Boulay ties is very obvious. Cardi B, Charlie XCX, Barbara Streisand, whoever the fuck that is, and Robert De Niro. All supporting Kamala Harris. That inspires me to get down to the polls. I mean, Robert De Niro is voting for Kamala Harris? I'd be crazy not to, right?
And it's really A-list, up to and including Oprah, who might be the biggest endorsement get of all. Trump, on the other hand, has a C-list, although he does have the parents of some A-listers to keep Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock company. Joining me now is Alencia Johnson, former senior advisor to the 2020 Biden-Harris campaign and author of Flip the Script, the Everyday Disruptor's Guide to Finding Courage and Making Change. I love that.
Why am I not surprised? At the scene of every kneecapping of the ninja community, there always seems to be a Negro in tow. Sisters, why is it always y'all who are perpetrating this shit against us? Yes, I know what you're gonna say. It's not just us. I know. But ain't nobody listening to Roland Martin. Ain't nobody listening to Michael Eric Dyson. Ain't nobody for damn sure listening to Ricky Smile. So they got to prance a sister out in front of us to appease the masses. Of slack-jawed niggas, of course, I'm talking about. Let's see what this mammy got to say.
Yeah, love that book idea. Lencia, thanks for being here. Let's start with, I want to go back to Janet Jackson because I originally didn't want to really do this story because I'm really not trying to embarrass Janet Jackson. I just don't, I'm a big fan of hers. I grew up listening to her. But I think about the power of her. I was just at Essence Fest this year. She performed. Her fan base is massively Black women.
Okay, Joy, I'm gonna need you to calm down. You need to focus on how you've embarrassed yourself here on the screen instead of how you're gonna embarrass Janet Jackson. Now, if you don't know Janet Jackson's bloodline, our brother Cuddy Mayo, on his channel, does celebrity genealogy. Go watch the video he did on Michael Jackson's genealogy. Okay? That's all. I'm gonna leave that right there. And the second thing I'm going to address is, if Janet Jackson's fan base is majority, quote, Black women, unquote, wouldn't it make sense that Janet Jackson knows what a, quote, Black woman, unquote, is? I want y'all to think about that.
Black women all around the world are her core base. And if she is this subject to misinformation and disinformation, I feel like she actually does have the power to spread that disinformation and misinformation. And that winds up disempowering Black voters, Black women voters in particular.
Did y'all just see that? Did y'all just see what she did? Did y'all see what kind of African bushcraft magic she just tried to pull right there? Oh no. This Black woman is going to tell other Black women something I don't want them to hear. So let me tell y'all that Janet Jackson, a so-called Black woman, is giving you disinformation on your own identity. So says the Congolese bonobo, Joy Reid. And that's not even what makes me mad. What makes me mad is this mammy over here to the right. Over there sitting there nodding, yeah girl, keep talking. We gotta stop Janet. Blue no matter who. What was so diabolical about them using sisters is this same sister, well, no, you know what? This same bitch.
Call her a bitch.
Say it, bitch. Yeah. Yes, we've got to call her that, Tom. I'm sorry. After what she's done, not calling her a bitch would be disrespectful to you, and I'm not able to do that.
Is going to sit there and say she's for, quote unquote, the community. Okay? They'll say how she'll talk about how the sisters are the backbone of the community. But when we look at the vast majority of the so-called sister of the community's actions, it always seems to be that they're kneecapping the so-called community.
What do you make of it?
Well, look, we know that disinformation and misinformation spreads rampant in Black communities, and the way in which we engage them is actually through a lot of culture mechanisms. Not everybody is, well, I'd like to think everybody's watching us, Joy, but a lot of people aren't watching cable news in the way that we think they are to get some of their political messaging. And as you mentioned, Janet Jackson has a huge fan base. Look, I was a Janet Jackson fan before I was a Beyonce Beehive member, right? She also has talked about racism and sexism and discrimination in her music. I mean, all of the Jacksons have, right? And so I think it is great for us to talk about it because people are a little bit disappointed. And this is an example of, to your point, how fast this information spreads rampant and how it's so important for us to combat it everywhere, especially in the digital space where pop culture and entertainment spreads a lot faster than truth and news.
So I'm going to go ahead and stay out on the hill of, I'm going to keep calling this creature a bitch.
Call her a bitch.
Say it, bitch.
You just sat there, allowed Joy Reid to insult you and your so-called sister's intelligence, and you hop across the fence and side with her and tearing down one of your own. But then these women be running around talking about black girl magic. We all work together. We're in this together. At this point, I don't know what to say about it other than I'm laying the blame of the so-called community being a smoldering crater at the feet of these mammies. We're watching her do it in live time. She just sold y'all out to side with the Congolese bonobo. Look into her eyes, soulless. It wouldn't surprise me if she's an AKA or a skis, five skis, whatever them fraternities are called. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But you know, when you're a part of these Greek organizations, as we talked about a couple videos ago, you're Boule affiliated. The Boule is the oldest so-called Negro Greek fraternity, and all of these other fraternities spring forth from it. Your enemy is staring you right in the face with a look of disdain on hers.
Yeah, and the thing is that these celebrities, you know, they have a power, and we were talking about this on the call earlier, is what is the power of celebrities? Like, how do campaigns really use them? And, you know, and my take just from the campaign side is they don't necessarily make somebody who didn't want to vote for candidate A vote for them, but they can make someone who was open to it register, actually, or sign up to vote, or go out and early vote, or just commit, right? They can get people to commit. But when they're actually just being messengers on, like, politics and policy, let me just let you listen to what John Legend had to say about that.
Let's just get this out the way right now. Don't nobody give a fuck what John Legend got to say.
Pussy ass nigga.
I think fans and audiences should be careful about wanting us to weigh in on everything, because honestly, like, no, the depth and the breadth of understanding necessary to contribute meaningfully to the conversation is actually like just not there for most artists, and you can't really blame them. This is not what they do.
The irony of him saying that and displaying an example at the exact same time. Way to go, John. Bravo.
Every day, you know, like they're musicians, they're actors, they're in the public eye, and you want them to use that platform for good, but also you want them to do it with a sense of understanding and knowledge and wisdom and connection to activists and organizers and experts. And everybody's just not able to do that.
Alencia, you're actually teaching a course on this. How do we get that balance right in politics?
Yeah, look, my first actual political job was doing surrogate communications work for Obama's re-election campaign.
Did not tell you, bro, I got a nose for this, man. She ain't new to the sellout game. She true to the sellout game on Obama's re-election campaign. Wherever you see a shortcoming of the community, you can bet your ass a Mitch ass Percy and mammies like this are gonna be at the scene of the crime every time.
A lot of celebrities to refine their messaging, because what we find is that oftentimes it's not the message, it's the messenger that will, to your point, get voters from the couch to the ballot box, or get people who are going to vote to actually start organizing and mobilizing. And I agree somewhat with what John Legend has said, and what I have found in working with the entertainment industry and a lot of my jobs is that celebrities, yes, they're artists, but they are also people first, right? There are issues that they care about, whether it's reproductive rights, racial justice, and a lot of times, particularly marginalized voices, will use their art as a form of protest and amplifying the message. If we look at last year, Hip Hop 50, hip hop was birthed out of a protest movement, from Fight the Power to F the Police to UNITY to all of the things that Meg Thee Stallion and Lotto have said about these abortion restrictions.
Shut the fuck up, you need to shut the fuck up. Girl, just shut the fuck up.
Okay, we're gonna walk that down slow. First and foremost, I want to make it very clear. Celebrities are not people first. And you know why they're not people first? Because every single one of them, if you want to have a discussion about this, pull up on me. every single celebrity is handpicked. You don't just get to become a celebrity, because you have to remember, celebrities are replacing nobility and royalty of so-called olden time, right? Older time, ancient times, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. They're all handpicked. That's why they all got dirt on them. And all the ones that don't got dirt on them, if they start talking out the side of their neck where the so-called people at the top don't want them to, they always disappear. And I don't always mean deleted. I mean, sometimes their career just drops off a cliff because they didn't want to play ball. I do not believe that there are any celebrities out here that just genuinely got lucky and became a celebrity. Your ass was picked. I've seen too much. I've researched too much to keep on going on with the puppet show. Number 2. Who gives a goddamn what Sexy Red, Sushi Mama, and all them other hoes got to say? Let alone on abortion. Of course you'd have these skeezers promoting Kamala Harris and her pro-abortion stances. Their whole fan base is built around lost and broken skeezers that need abortion because they're always out getting hit raw, unprotected. And it kind of plays into what I just said. There ain't no celebrities that are just out here got lucky and got rich. Handpicked. Okay? Handpicked.
Using their art as a form of not only protest and education, but galvanizing. And the other thing I'll say too, Taylor Swift endorsed the night of the debate. Well, Vote.org saw almost 30,000 voter registrations within 24 hours of that endorsement.
Yeah.
That is the power of celebrity. So they're not helping people decide on who they're going to vote for. They're helping people decide that they are actually going to vote.
Yeah, it's interesting because, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but there's the risk in it too. I mean, Nikki Jam getting said about him, she's hot by Donald Trump is like, and he's now getting like just pilloried by his fans. But meanwhile, on the Democratic side, they're like waiting on Bad Bunny. They're like, come through Bad Bunny because it can really help us with Latino voters. So
I'm done talking about this. This is a goddamn disgrace. Y'all gonna go pull Bad Bunny off the island to come get Hispanics to vote. Well, at least I know that ain't just targeting ninjas with these celebrities. All I ask out of the American ninja is to wake the hell up, use your mind, use your brain, think. If we could just get you people to stop identifying with crayon colors, we could solve so many problems. Number one of which is you won't ever have to worry about anybody running around talking about she's a black woman ever again. Because if Negroes get their mind right, they'll have to come up to you and they're going to have to tell you a tribe and a clan and a nation that they are. You ain't going to be able to just say she a black woman. You walk up to me and you want somebody and you want me to vote for a ninja of color, you're going to have to tell me something. You ain't going to be able to walk up to Rondo and be like, he black. Nigga, I'm Creek and Geechee. Okay? You gonna have to come up with more than a crown color. Cause what they say around the community. Skin folk ain't kinfolk all the time. Okay? And as for you sisters that are kinfolk, all you AKAs and Mammy Five Mammies and all that shit. Y'all better be looking over y'all shoulder. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But we gonna get up out of here. Peace.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.